Picture this. A construction worker just doing their job accidentally cuts a major fiber optic cable. And this kind of thing happens way more than you'd think. One wrong move with a backhoe, and suddenly a critical link to the internet is just gone. And just like that, half the internet goes dark. For a huge part of the country, everything just stops. Websites, apps, all of it, dead. It is a complete digital catastrophe. But then, in the middle of all that chaos, you notice something kind of weird. Google still works. Uber is still online. They don't even flicker. Now, how is that possible? Well, it's not luck. It's $1 million secret, and I'm going to let you in on it. All right, so the first piece of this puzzle isn't about stronger cables or anything like that. Nope. It's way smarter. It's about using geography to your advantage. It's about figuring out a way to beat the speed of light. The magic here is a system called GeoDNS, and you can just think of it as the world's smartest traffic cop for the internet. It knows exactly where you are, and its only job is to get you to the absolute closest, fastest on-ramp for the service you're trying to use. So just visualize a globe for a second. If you're in Tokyo, bam, you get sent to the Tokyo servers. If you're in California, you guessed it, you're hitting the servers in California. GeoDNS instantly points you to the closest possible data center, minimizing that physical distance. You're basically racing the speed of light and winning. Okay, so routing you to the closest server is awesome for speed. But what happens when that server goes down? Like our construction worker back in Virginia. This is where companies have to make a huge strategic choice about how they're built to survive. There are basically two ways to play it. The first one is called active-passive. This is like having a spare tire in the trunk of your car. I mean, it's great that it's there, but you gotta pull over, stop everything, and change it out. There's downtime. But then there's the elite strategy, active-active. This is like driving a car with 8 wheels. If one of them blows out, you probably don't even feel it. You just keep driving. And that's the whole secret. In an active-active system, when that data center in Virginia goes dark, GeoDNS just stops sending traffic there. All of it is automatically and instantly rerouted to a healthy data center. Nobody has to flip a switch. And for you, the user, the service never even blinks. But wait, it can't be that easy, right? You're right. There is a massive catch. A problem so unbelievably difficult, it keeps the best engineers in the world up at night. And that catch is all about the data. How do you make sure the right data is in the right place all over the world at the exact same time? Welcome to the data synchronization nightmare. Let's make this real. Let's say I'm in Tokyo, and I change my password. That new password gets saved to the database in the Tokyo data center. Now, what if I immediately hop on a plane to California, and while I'm in the air, the entire Tokyo data center goes offline? When I land, my login attempt gets sent to the California data center. So, here's the $1 million question. Does California know my new password yet? And the terrifying answer is probably not. It actually takes time to replicate data across an ocean. It is an instant. And if your failover system sends a user to a data center that doesn't have their latest information, you've got a catastrophic failure on your hands. This is, without a doubt, the hardest part of building a truly global app. So how do the absolute best companies on Earth solve this? Well, they don't just hope for the best. They do something that sounds completely nuts. They embrace chaos. The philosophy is completely counterintuitive, but it's brilliant. The best way to prevent failures is to create them yourself, constantly, on purpose. This is Netflix's legendary Chaos Monkey. And yes, it's a real program they built that literally roams through their live systems and randomly shuts down servers. It doesn't ask permission, it just unplugs things. The whole point is to force their engineers to build a system so incredibly resilient that it doesn't even notice when a server just vanishes into thin air. And if you think that's extreme, they also have Chaos Kong. This tool doesn't just unplug one little server, it simulates an entire Amazon data center region going offline. They test for the absolute worst case scenario imaginable, so that when it actually happens, for them, it's just another Tuesday. So there it is, the secret playbook. 1, use GeoDNS for that smart, fast routing. 2, build an active-active system so you can handle failures without breaking a sweat. 3, you have to solve that data synchronization nightmare. And 4, prove it all works by embracing chaos and trying to break your own stuff. So now, your app can survive a natural disaster. But that's really only part of the puzzle. How do we handle millions of background tasks, like processing a photo or sending an email, without completely slowing down the servers for your users? Tomorrow, for day 12, we build message queues.